What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? And welcome to the season 3 premiere of the BKE podcast, man. Hey, yo, we reached season 3, y'all. It's crazy, man. It's a little bit surreal. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember when we first started off, and then looking at it going back from now. But man, what's going on, y'all? I'm your host CJ. You guys know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy. If we got Trends here and we got Benji. We got Benji here, we got the crew here. So how y'all
Man,
doing, man? What's going on?
just happy to be back, man. It's been a while. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
man. I'm a little excited for this, man. I'm a little bit excited for this. So we got a lot of things. We got a lot of things popping for y'all. You know what I'm saying? First, I want to thank you guys for everybody who is tuning in, who will tune in. I want to thank y'all for tuning in and supporting the brand and supporting the movement for 3 seasons straight. This is only the beginning, so I hope you guys are ready. We got a lot of things actually that we got popping for this season. We got some special guests, familiar faces, unfamiliar faces. We got some celebrities on the lineup as well. So I'm definitely excited for it. I'm definitely ready. We got some up and coming faces and stuff that's supposed to be tuning in. So I guess I'm hoping that you guys are ready for this. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for this. You guys know what it is. Just kicking the shit. This is season 3 premiere. So Benji, man, what's been going on, man? I know you've been this been a challenging year for you, man. I hope everything is all good.
yeah, everything's gotten a little better, health wise, mentally and emotionally. So I've just been trying to get through the year, survive the year. That's about it, pretty much right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, man. Trends, man. What's been going on, man? What's been popping?
Same thing, man. Well, I'm back in school, you know, for psychology. So
My man.
yeah, man. Hopefully sometime next year I will have my associates and then I'll go on to a 4 year and get that bachelor's, man. I've been working. I've been working,
Most
you know.
definitely, most definitely. You guys know what it is. We are live every Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure feel free to comment, guys. Feel free to comment. Don't be afraid. We will definitely respond. We will definitely get into action. But let's kick this shit and get. I hope y'all
Mhm.
ready. Make sure you guys subscribe to us on YouTube and follow. Give a nigga a like. If you guys on Twitch, make sure you definitely follow us. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what it is. You guys know what it is. There you go, right there. There you follow us on Twitter at the BKE Podcast. Also on Facebook as well.
Yes,
So I
sir.
hope you guys, I hope everybody's ready. So let's get it. Let's get it on the cracking. The Astro World concert. I'm
We
pretty
get
sure that
getting
the
straight to it,
Astro.
eh?
Yeah, yeah. I like to jump. I like to dive right into it. No pun
Mm-hmm.
intended. But the Astro World concert last year, I believe it was in Houston, if I might not add. So Travis Scott it's hitting 100. It topped 100 lawsuits already. There's apparently the people who died is the people who was hospitalized. And they said that it was in a range of course, y'all heard of the stampede that happened. People got
Yeah.
trampled over, and apparently also that Usher concert also involved drugs and guns and stuff like that. So question is, it's like this was a big concert, right? Like this wasn't just like no regular concert. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like this was like a big ass concert, like a Barack Obama inauguration type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. I don't know. How do you guys feel about the whole situation?
Um, I don't know, man. I find myself on the fence. I hear a lot of people saying Travis could have did more, and for sure he definitely could have. I know his response was kind of You know what I mean? I wasn't really feeling his response. It didn't seem as genuine as it should be, but that's just, from me looking at it. Maybe other people will see it different. But on the other hand, there's not much he could have done. You know what I
Right.
mean? I mean, those those kids, you know what I'm saying, when they get out there, he's not necessarily responsible for how they act. You know what I mean? I mean, he is, but then he isn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the responsibility should be shared between it should have been more security. Security wasn't beefed up like it should have been. And maybe they didn't measure it the correct way. Maybe they didn't think it was going to be that many people, but I
I
don't know.
think, I think that for the amount of people that it was, I think there should have been some type of security precaution there.
Hmm.
In different type of sections and things like that. I mean, you can't control a concert like that. You can only control it to the best way you can. No matter how much you plan for, is something is going to happen. As many people as it was. But I mean, it's like I don't know, this whole crazy thing about it was, I mean, people was getting stumped on, like trampled over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like people just getting mollywopped. You know what I'm saying? It was just crazy. I mean, like, I was like, damn.
Yeah, was it nine people?
I thought it was
Nine
eight.
people.
It's nine.
Yeah, I think it was nine. Injured, right?
Mm, yeah.
Um,
I thought it was nine dead. I mean, well, eight dead.
oh, eight
Injured.
dead. Okay, yeah, yeah. I know definitely a few of them definitely died. I heard some stories. I heard the youngest was 14,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Mm,
crazy, man.
right, right.
Um, yeah,
Mega concerts like that anyway are always dangerous to go to. I'm sorry, guys. This ice is
yeah.
delicious, but
No. It's all
but
good, bro.
they're
Yeah,
always a danger to go to, especially for younger teenagers going to these concerts, unsupervised and stuff like that. And it just
Right.
sucks.
hmm
It just really sucks because it goes back to the point you were making earlier about security not being able to actually clamp down on a lot of that stuff because they're understaffed at that point because so
Yeah.
many people.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, it's a crazy. It was a crazy situation, and seeing that, like a lot of people are mad at Travis Scott, but I'm like, you can't really be mad at the artist itself. You get
hmm
mad at the public relations guys. Like you get mad at the people who actually set the concert up. It's one of those things where it's not out of the artist's hands, but it's kind of is. It's you
yeah,
can't fully blame the artist itself. So,
Right.
but it's crazy. Like this, all this happened last year, and now a lot of people's things are starting to open back up. So there's a lot of things that's just like going wrong towards the end of the year now. Where there's a
yeah,
lot of things that's coming up about last year. So I guess more information will be had about this Astro World and the concert and things like that. You guys can feel free to comment on the situation. If you guys have any comments that you guys definitely want to talk about it. All right. So,
hmm
but definitely moving on. I actually do want to talk about this Alec Baldwin shooter. like,
yeah,
uh,
yeah. I don't
I
want to
didn't mean to
laugh,
laugh. Yeah, I don't, I
but
don't, I don't want
it's
to laugh. But it's like every time, every time I hear about this, right? I'm like,
Hey,
here's my first reaction when I seen it up in the tabloids about a couple of weeks ago, and it says Alec
yeah,
Baldwin shoots co-worker. And I said,
yeah,
"What? Wait, what? What the fuck? How did this happen?" And I was like, "Oh, so it was an accident.
yeah.
Damn, like that's fucking crazy. Like, how do you
It's crazy.
accidentally shoot someone? That was my first like reaction. Like, how do you accidentally shoot somebody?" But then when I read the
Twice.
story, I was like, that's fucked up.
it's only funny because it's Alec Baldwin, but
Right.
Yeah.
it brings
Exactly.
it brings me back to like the same thing that happened to Bruce Lee's son on the set of The Crow,
Hmm.
Brandon Lee, who also died from a gunshot wound on
Yeah.
set from a basically supposed to been a gun loaded with blanks with dummies, and he got hit, and that's what took him out.
Hmm.
So it was the same thing he did for the on the set of Rust to what's her name, Kayla Killings or something like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Kayla Hutchins, I think. Yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
heard that the crew. I heard that the crew had the original whatever people that worked on the movie or whatever, and then they fired them because they couldn't afford them, and they hired this new crew with a new weaponry specialist or whatever, right? Because
Mhm.
apparently she wasn't on the set in the beginning; it was a whole nother other person, but they were trying to cut costs, so they hired her, and you know she doesn't know. I think Nicolas Cage said something about her. He said he worked on a movie with her in the past, and he didn't trust her around weapons. She would always carry the weapon, pointing at other people. You know what I mean? She'd play around with it, swinging it around and shit like that. Like very, very immature.
So she was doing like what Jonah Hill was doing on This Is the End. Oh, I got the gun.
Yeah,
I got the gun.
Oh,
pretty
me love
much.
this all.
Hey,
Pretty
Ray,
much.
man. Hey, Ray, leave my lights alone, man. Leave my
Hey,
lights
you do
alone.
look like you about to throw on some R&B, get the top.
Yeah, leave my
Hey,
lights
quick plug.
alone,
We
man.
made the couple.
We
We gonna
talked
me
about
and
them
her husband
lights, man.
made up for the night. We
You
gonna talk
understand?
about
You
the track.
understand? You know
You
what I'm
got
saying? Yeah.
the
Man,
blue
leave my
light
lights
special.
alone, man. These my good lights. These my good lights. You know what I'm saying? My poor lights is in my drawer. You know what I'm saying?
My man.
I got my good lights. But about the Alec Baldwin situation, I mean, it's crazy and it's unfortunate, right? Because Trends, we was talking about it last weekend on an episode of the Red Cup Chronicles.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is the difficulty of Alec Baldwin. The difficulty about Alec Baldwin is that he made the call himself to the husband
Hmm.
and had to tell him exactly what happened. And so the question was like, what do you do as a husband if like your wife's coworker call you and was like, I accidentally shot your wife. I just want to, apologize. I wanted to tell you myself. It was an
Yeah.
accident, and this happened and that happened. And it's like, as the husband, it's like I'm pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell you mean
Yeah.
you accidentally shot my wife?
Yeah. And you killed him. Like I'd be ready to kill this nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like immediately. That's why I said, put if I were to put myself in Alec Baldwin's shoes, I don't know what I would do. Do you tell the person immediately or do you wait? Let me give them some time. You know what I mean? Like what is the right thing to do in that situation? I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, it's fucked up all around. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'm saying,
Just
not
just
only
like you
did he
said.
kill,
Go
uh,
ahead.
I'm saying not only did he kill the cinematographer, he injured the assistant director. I think his
Yeah,
from the same
Mhm.
day. So
yeah,
it
Yeah,
could have
yeah,
been unfortunate for two families as well. So like Ray said, it's a tough call to receive as a husband. It's just a the situation itself is just tough
yeah.
because
yeah,
I think that it's a tough call to make. From the guy who actually shot the gun accidentally as well. Like, yeah, it's a tough call to receive as a husband, but you got to think about what's going on through Alec Baldwin's mind to the fact of he has to call the husband and
mm,
tell him that he accidentally shot his wife.
yeah,
It's not an easy thing to do because
no,
you have to understand that whatever happens after you tell him will happen.
yeah.
Just point
yeah,
blank, period. So
yeah,
it's very unfortunate, and right now they're just trying to figure out what to do, how to like how to even deal with this type of situation. I mean, well, first thing first, you get rid of the stunts lady or who's ever the weapon specialist. So
Yeah. I
you
mean,
get rid of
she's
her.
gotta get, you know what I mean? She personally, I feel like she needs to do some time for that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a professional. You know
This
what I
ain't the
mean?
first time. This ain't the first time that she fucked up on set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that's that. So
Yeah.
it's just very unfortunate. Just like Ray said, I think the family itself needs restitution and compensation
Hmm.
from the studio or the production company. I believe who Lionsgate was the production company, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
Yeah.
check for you really quickly.
yeah. I believe it was Lionsgate. Uh, yeah, who was the production company, if I'm not mistaken. But I say whoever is the company of the weapons specialist who is at fault for that
Hmm.
needs to compensate the family. They're definitely, and not just a small chunk of change. It's like you need to. There is no compensation. Let me say that there is no compensation to say I'm sorry for I'm sorry that you lost your wife. There is no compensation for that. But
Well, that's
uh,
the thing. I
The
mean,
production
did she,
companies that I have listed here are Eldorado Pictures is the main one, Brittany House Pictures, Calvary Media, Thomasville Pictures, in short.
yeah, it
Fort.
was Lionsgate. Hmm.
So all those are under Lionsgate.
Yeah,
Okay.
like the actual main production company was Lionsgate.
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, those are like the under production, like the other people that they call in to do the similar things that needs to be done that Lionsgate can actually do. Like a lot of production studios like actually does that. You know what I'm saying? With Sony might be like the overall director of the movie. Then
Hmm.
they'll bring in like a few small production companies to come in and do things like lighting or a certain video shot, that might cost a lot of money, but they paying them to do the budget, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, it happens all the time in Hollywood. So, but
Well,
again,
I just hope she apologizes. Like we still haven't heard anything from her,
yeah,
and I feel like she needs to definitely make a public appearance and be like, "I messed up. I'm sorry."
Yeah.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely, automatically. But yeah, definitely, condolences to the family. I hope, definitely, sending prayers. So that's unfortunate, man. I don't know what I'd do if I received that call.
Hmm.
I just don't know what I do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely thoroughly screen. Yeah, to screen your crew and definitely screen those weapons. I think that's definite. But moving on,
Absolutely.
Dave Chappelle received some remarks about his last comedy special about the LGBT community. This is a touchy topic, but it's a topic that needs to be made. Needs to actually be talked about as well. So I'm just gonna say this. These days in the world, people are too damn sensitive.
Hmm.
Too fucking sensitive. You never thought that the people who grew up on Living Color and stuff like that would be this fucking sensitive. Like, like, like I'm like, we grew up watching Living Color. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Yeah.
actually had a lot of those innuendos inside of the actual show itself.
Yeah. Half the cartoons we watched was like that. Look at
Yeah,
Cow and Chicken.
yeah, Ren and
Cow and
Stimpy.
Chicken
Yeah.
was wild
Yeah,
as shit.
Ren and Stimpy,
Like,
Powerpuff Girls.
man, him, that nigga, you ain't
Yeah,
know if he's male or female, bruh.
exactly.
Hey,
Just ain't.
him had to been the most treacherous nigga on earth, but you ain't know what the fuck he was.
Yeah,
Like
and
that
he was
nigga,
he was actually
oh,
he was
Powerpuff
actually
Girl.
one of the
Yeah.
worst. He was actually one of the worst villains in that series. Though I'm mad we actually sitting here talking about Powerpuff Girls,
Yeah.
but but
Classic.
Hey, bruh, I'm trying to tell you, man, them alphabet people, wow, man, because it's like I feel like it's more the new age younger ones because the older ones don't really care for real. If you notice, like the only ones that really be out
uh,
there, the ones who were like oppressed. Like the other ones who
Mhm.
had an okay life that was still cool, like that our age, they chilling. Like I know one of them, he a VP, bro. That dude is vicious. Like
Mhm.
he be working out, he be still going out, and like nobody bother him. He don't be caring like about what niggas be saying because he know where he at in his life with him, with himself, his sexuality, and everything. Like he one
Mhm.
of the coolest dudes I
Yeah,
know. Like on some
definitely.
real shit.
Just like Ray said, you know what I'm saying? He better leave Dave alone. It's comedy.
Hmm.
But just like you said, like just imagine if Red Fox,
That's exactly what Ray's saying right now. Go ahead.
yeah, just imagine if Red Fox was still alive, or
Yeah.
just imagine, Bernie Mac was still alive these days,
They
and
would be canceling people every
yeah,
single week,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if Bernie Mac was alive to this day. I think that his Kings of Comedy special will be an issue right now. But
Mhm.
because he passed away, because he's not living no more, people not really talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But I believe wholeheartedly that if he was still alive, people had an issue, with the Kings of Comedy special.
Man. Say
You
Dave
know,
really ain't say much wrong anyway. Like Dave just explained a lot of the situations,
yeah,
told some jokes here and
yeah,
there.
yeah, right.
That was it.
He definitely explained and was saying like I don't hate the LGBT community. I just want to let that be known. Like I don't hate you guys. Like yeah, like I'm actually very friends with one of them, and he told the story.
Yeah, God
And
rest her
the
soul.
story
Her soul.
the story was actually pretty fucking funny. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like even to this day, I still go back and watch it, and I crack my ass up. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
if you guys are offended about it, then I don't care. You know, grab a tissue.
Like I feel like, and it sucks because I feel like the LGBT community really is like just taking shots at any and anybody because I feel like they got more rights than us as black people because they a lot of the agendas that they wanted and the stuff that they've been trying to get, they've gotten in which we haven't.
Well,
And
I
it's
don't think it's just like Dave said. It's not the LG. It's not the entire LGBT community. It's the ones. It's those ones that are. I don't want to say new to the games. I don't want to say something. People get offended. No, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. It's those people who are possibly new to the shit, and who is privileged.
but yeah, that's why I was getting at earlier. Where I was like, when I said it's not the older cats that most of us grew up with because we knew them niggas was gay. It's more so the newer ones who feel like they're entitled to something that they're not.
Yeah, I just feel as though you can't sit back and you can't just like sit back and talk about religion, and like they
Mhm.
sit back, they laugh at the religious jokes, they laugh at the rape jokes, they laugh at all these other jokes that is so funny. But
The
if you
black
talk
jokes.
about you talk about the LGBT community, you are going down, my friend. I'm telling you, this shit's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Shit's fucking crazy.
I mean, I think first of all, I think they just hate him to begin with. Like they
Yeah,
don't like him at all. So they don't want to listen. Honestly, I don't even think they really watched the special. Really, they probably saw like a couple of clips or something like that. But if they watched it in full, they would pretty much understand what he was getting at. He wasn't necessarily attacking them. He was pretty much saying, "I'm jealous,"
Right.
because the LGBT community is more unified than the
the black
black community.
man,
Yeah,
and that's some true
Mhm.
shit too.
you know what I
That's what
mean?
it is. That's
That's
some
some
real
shit
shit.
that
That's some real shit. Like just imagine, just imagine if all we had to do back in the day is just wear some leather boy shorts and some and some and some fishnet
ah,
shirts. You know
too
what I'm saying?
sexy for my shirt.
Just imagine, right? We out there, picking
Mhm.
cotton and
I'm
fishnet
dead.
stockings.
Do I
I'm
gotta
like,
wear
woo,
thong?
Max, it's so hot.
Just like what Ray was saying, he was talking about his friends, his friend who was a trans who looked up to him in the LGBT community, shitted on the guy for backing Dave, and unfortunately he took his life. You
Yeah.
know,
He committed suicide. It was rough.
it's it's unfortunate because now, back in the day, like I'm actually glad that it is an actual an awareness now. But it's like, bullying is a thing. It always
Hmm.
has been. And I'm glad that now that it is awareness on bullying,
It's
you
finally in the
know.
forefront.
But I think people walks over that line and don't know the definition of bullying,
Hmm.
to where it brings me to the Facebook community standards. And they probably take this down when I say this. So I'm going to go ahead and say it
Man, fuck Meta.
anyway. So with the meta community standards, I'm just going to go ahead and say that they don't know the algorithm. And this is why, Pretty Mark has been in court for the last 3 years because of so. But bullying is a serious thing, and
And
it's a
even if you've been
serious.
oppressed, you know what I'm saying? Because some people have this notion that, because they've been a victim in the past, that they can't be a bully. That's
Mm-hmm.
not true.
Yeah,
Like, you definitely can be a bully. Gay people can be bullies. Black people can be bullies. White people, like anybody can be that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say you definitely ain't gotta say white. We know them niggas bullies every day.
Yeah, that's their job. That's what they do. You know what I mean?
I gotta bully a nigga today. I'm like,
Right. Let me check the bulletin. Bully? Okay, let's go. That's what they
right,
do.
exactly,
hey,
right.
hey, hey, hey! I told you get off the game and feed your starving crack babies, you backlit bitch. Hey,
So
that's like my favorite TikTok. I'm sorry, man. That shit is
that,
hilarious.
with that being said, we're gonna take a shifting gears real quick, right? Something funny.
Yeah.
Um, Tory Lane's weave cap hair growth
That
formula.
nigga got weed
Uh,
capping. Fuck that. I'm about to get one too. Fuck that. I'm just
I'm
tired
about
of
to
being
get one
bald.
too.
yo,
Yeah, I'm
so
about to get one
Tired of being bald, bro. I'm about to come out here.
so
I
Y'all,
don't
next
care,
time you
man.
see me, I'm gonna have a high top fade.
so
Straight
look,
like
check
that.
this out, right? We all seen Tory Lanez when he did the Breakfast Club when he
Mm-hmm.
took off his hat. We seen it.
Hmm.
Dude had the LeBron James 3.0. You know, you know what I'm saying? He was looking like Benji before he shaved it all off. I'm sorry, Benji, but it's true. You had the little George Jefferson going on for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But
Shit.
now all of a sudden, like when you see him now, he got this like
He said, "You will not.
you are not.
Not on
But
live. Not on
now
air."
That's
when you
what they
see
say.
Now when you see Tory Lanez, he got this like real slick, real slim. Like, all right,
Hmm.
hair don't grow back that good. Like, hair don't grow back that good, my friend. Like,
But here's the thing. Okay, what's the limitations? When it rain, is it gonna wash away my shit?
It's just like weed, bro. That shit is gonna be
Oh,
there.
it's just like we. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. See,
Shit.
unfortunately, I know how to do a weave installation, so I know like glue and all that good stuff it works. You gotta make sure you get the good shit. So
Yeah.
yeah, man,
What's the shit the ladies be calling it?
that
Fucking
Remy. So
yeah.
that's
is it the good stuff though?
Number 9.
like say Gloria. That one B, that's all black, baby. Yeah, any other number is a different color.
Right.
Oh man,
That shit probably
oh man.
expensive as hell though. How much I think that shit costs?
Hey, who the
I'm
hell
not.
is that? In the comment section, man. I know
That
y'all
nigga.
see it, bro.
That nigga, that nigga Adolf Hitler. That nigga said Nazi.
I don't know.
Hello, Mr. Nazi guy.
That's crazy, yo.
This
It
is
sucks to be you because y'all are dying race.
yeah. Yeah, this is so again. This is one of those things that goes to show that people are bored. But moving
Hey,
moving
he's a
on,
bully.
right?
He's a bully.
Yeah,
He's a
but
little yeah, yeah.
moving on. Let's talk about one of the funniest things this summer. Actually, I actually had fun with this summer beef. It's like this. It's like the beefs of all beefs, right? It's little, it's Lil Nas X and Boosie feud, man. Listen, I don't think I've been more entertained this summer on social media than this Lil Nas X and Boosie shit that's been going on. Like
Yeah.
this has been very comical. It's been very comical, and I've been like, yo, what the fuck? Like these niggas really going back and forth at it.
Well,
And
I don't even know at this point if he's actually gay or not because he trolls so much. He's gonna be on Mari next week.
what angers me, right, is that people say, "Oh, he's looking for attention," and I say, "Well, what if he's acting like he wants attention because he knows that people are going to bash him anyway?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what trolls do. That's what trolls do. It's like, hey, I know you're gonna bash me, so let me find out what's another way to get under y'all skin.
Yeah.
And people fall for it every time.
Every time. Every
Every
time.
time. Like, but here's what I can say. His last couple of songs
It's
has been
fire.
fire.
Nigga. I have to skip past the
And,
gay parts, but I
Hey,
honestly,
industry
like
baby gotta
I
be
tone it
cranking. I
out.
be trying
You
not to
know,
play it, but that don't crank
like
like
I tone it
I
out.
ain't
So
scared of
I
nothing.
tone it out.
That
Yeah, you
shit,
know what I'm saying?
that shit
Like
hard, man. I can't
in
lie.
the industry baby, I'm not gonna lie. Industry baby, right now, like I actually listened to it, like a couple this week and last week. I honestly I was like, you know what? As much as I hate the nigga, yo,
This nigga kind of ill.
yeah,
This nigga ain't cool, man.
his music is actually pretty fucking good. You
Yeah,
know, yeah, it's just how I felt about Frank Ocean when I found out that the
man.
niggas guy was like,
I ain't even care.
I was
Frank
like,
Ocean was gay. That nigga music crank.
I was
yeah,
like,
We were mad. I mean, my friends just listened to that nigga the other day. She was playing
damn,
like
yo,
6 CDs of his one.
yeah,
Well,
it's like
two.
soon as I found out like he was though, I was like, I just been out here singing these songs, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
I'm like,
And it's not really a gay thing. I mean, Tyler the Creator, did he come out? I feel
Is
like
he
he
yeah,
gay?
no,
came.
he came out during the award that was that one award show when they pretty much was like, hey, we here, I
Was
think
he
it was
like
like
with
the
Jay Z
Grammys.
or something like that?
Was it like the Grammys when they pretty much did a tribute to the LGBT community?
Probably.
It was one of those award shows. I can't remember which one it was, but it's one of
Mhm.
those award shows. But Tyler did, and that's when Tyler Creator was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
Yeah, it's not a big deal, really.
yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a
It's
big
not.
deal, And people say, "Oh, well, what I'm saying, why they so undercover?" I mean, they undercover because look what the fuck y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. And if they really knew how many more people was undercover, it would be a whole nother. Those just niggas that actually came out and said, hey, I go both ways or whatever. But it's a lot more niggas in the game, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Man, that shit weird,
That's
man.
probably
Niggas,
doing
niggas
that.
don't go both ways. You're gay and that. You
Right.
just split.
I
Women
mean,
do not that. I know that don't sound so fucked up, but that's that.
I
I
mean,
can't help it, man. It's hard,
I
man.
feel you. I feel you.
It's hard to be like, hey guys, hey. So sometimes I take it in the ass, but I like pussy, and it's like,
You can't go back. You can't
yeah,
go
you
back.
know what I'm saying? Can't go back from being penetrated, bro.
You can't go.
Right. That's like saying a mouth is a mouth. Like,
Yeah.
Wrong. Oh, wrong. Nah, let me stop. Man. Let me stop.
Hey, but them white boys be You know what I'm saying? Them niggas be acting crazy. Them
They don't
niggas,
care.
they'll fuck anything.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Rice is
But this little Nas X and Boosie feud, like it's been very hilarious, right? Because
yeah.
Boosie said some shit, and I was like, I fuck with Boosie. Let me say this, I fuck with Boosie, right? But when he said that shit, I was like,
He
that
going a
sounded,
little too far.
that sounded a
Like
little
this week,
personal. That sounded a little personal, my G. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was like, but you gotta understand where Boosie come from. I said, understand? You mean the same nigga who made his 12-year-old son sleep with a prostitute? That guy? Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't fucking with that shit either because that's
Yeah.
right there, bro. That itself is
It's
a crime.
crazy.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
people say,
And it's
oh,
like,
but it's not the same.
yes, it is, bro. That shit wild. Like, you don't get your that
Yeah.
shit wild, bro. Like, you put him
That's
in
the
Yeah.
jail.
problem with society. That is the exact problem with society. You know what I'm saying? People, see R. Kelly was like, man, he was innocent. I was like, yeah, that nigga did it. We know that nigga did it.
You know,
There's
the
literally
fact
a
is,
video out of him sleeping with a
Mm-hmm.
chick. And just like Dave Chappelle said, he was like, oh, this is the best 16-year-old pussy I ever had. Like, who the fuck says that shit? Like, like,
he said that nigga was still mad at him too for the piss on you video. That shit was hilarious.
you know? And the crazy thing about it is that I was watching one time. I was watching the Aziz Ansari. This was like years ago. Aziz Ansari, I think he got canceled too. Forgot what he did, but
Some bullshit. He
yeah,
didn't do nothing.
yeah. But he said something in the special. He was like the interview with him with R. Kelly years ago, and he was like, "Did you really? Do you really like teenage girls?" He was like,
I seen it.
"Define teenage. Like what,
Right.
nigga? Like what? That's not something that you say, dude. Like."
It just got worse from there when he said that. It was just horrible.
Yeah, it was like, do you really like teenage girls? Define teenage. Like what, nigga?
Like, you gotta remember, this is the same nigga that married Aaliyah, bro, when she was like, what, 15,
Yeah,
16?
yeah,
16. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was what, like
but
22,
see,
23?
like, rest in peace, Aaliyah. Rest in peace, Aaliyah. People always talk about R. Kelly and Aaliyah, but I'm like, make no mistake, R. Kelly wasn't the only one on that shit though.
Yeah, what's her
No,
name?
You
no.
know,
Was
yeah,
on this shit too.
DMX was on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
The other bald head nigga I was talking
Ja
about.
Rule. You know what I'm saying? Like all them niggas was on the list. Like I think I'm just being real. Just all them niggas
Dame
wanted.
Dash, that's his name.
All
Dame
them niggas
Dash,
wanted to
yeah,
live. And I wanted to live. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, man, it's crazy. It's
It's a
crazy.
lot of niggas that did some nasty, dirty shit that, maybe that should have come out years later. I think R. Kelly, because R. Kelly was such a, prolific artist or whatever, his and he was just stupid. His shit came out, broad. Everybody seen his shit. You know what I mean? Which I'm gonna say this, and I hate to say it, but Trey Songz shit, Mike. Trey Songz been doing some weird shit lately.
What?
You know what I mean?
Like what?
You gotta tell me, man.
It's been stories about him peeing on chicks and shit like that. It's his video of him. He got two girls on his side, and he's
Well, I know he got
spitting.
crabs one time. I do know that. No,
He
true
just been.
story. True story.
Who
He got
hasn't had a little
crabs.
frustration? I'm just
Put on that.
A little seafood boil.
you know what I'm saying? Little butter in their crotch.
Oh my gosh, man. This shit's crazy.
I just hope he don't turn into, you know what I'm saying? I hope 5 years don't go by and this nigga, they find out Trey Songz is like a weird kind of dude, man.
I mean, all R&B niggas usually weird as shit. Look at motherfucking Cisco. He's just weird.
Cisco different though. Like this
because he walked on bitches. No, that's not fair. He's a
yeah,
weird.
yeah. I mean, listen. He's weird. This nigga was out here with platinum hair. Like know he was weird.
Chris Brown doing the same thing, and Chris Brown is like my favorite artist, bro. Like, it is hard not to see that nigga weird
The difference is though, it's like Cisco. He didn't only have platinum hair. His platinum hair looked like aluminum foil, bro. Like,
like Missy Elliott jumped from the video when she was doing
yeah,
this.
like if he was at a cookout, I'm pretty sure somebody would have been like, "Man, let me see that aluminum foil right there." You know what I'm saying? But
like, cracked the joke. Oh, hey man, it's my hair.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but
shit.
I mean, yeah, like Chris Brown is a weird dude too. Like,
he just on drugs.
I mean,
he on drugs.
Yeah. They all do drugs.
I'm about to say everybody do drugs, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody do drugs, you know what I'm saying?
If I could be Chris Brown, I'll probably be Chris Brown. I'm be honest with you. Like I'll do the coke just so to be famous. I'm just saying. Like I'll do it. Like
you know what?
He gonna be like Michael Jackson, yo.
Lamborghini?
Give me some of that bucket sugar.
He gonna be like Michael Jackson as soon as he hit, because you know Chris Brown gonna go on for like years and years and years. So he gonna be doing the cocaine and the painkillers, you know, like MJ did to stop the pain and shit.
All I'm saying is this man better not bleach his skin, okay?
Who, Chris Brown?
He got too many tattoos for that.
Hey, look.
Getting back on point, man. Boosie is just, to me, man, the anti-gay slander and stuff. I mean, he come from an old school like sense in this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like, dog, like you gotta adapt with the times. All that shit that he on, you can't be like that no more, man.
You got
like, especially the whole sexual abuse thing. To me, that his child should have been taken away at that point.
It's a cop out.
Like, I'm being honest with you.
And then he gonna talk about, you should have been dead. He said some shit like that. You can't say that, man.
Yeah, he told him if he would have committed suicide, nobody care if he gone because everybody wanted to
know. Like I said one time, Boosie definitely was probably would have had to see me with the hand. People was like, man, this is Boosie. I was like, I don't care. Just because what he portray on TV doesn't mean that he's actually like that. Like, square up, nigga. Like, square the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to be honest with you, I feel like he would really shoot me though if I came up to him. He might shoot me. I don't know.
Like I heard them Louisiana niggas don't play. You know what I'm saying? I heard they don't fight.
That's the one thing So I ain't.
They don't fight. They shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you gotta watch their back around them, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch their back around them. But
bullet in my face.
I just hope that like this. It's been very entertaining to a point where it was like. Now Lil Nas X knows he's getting under his man's skin.
Yeah.
So he's like, you keep going, I'ma keep going. Until you realize that I don't care what you say about me, I'm gonna keep trolling you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep trolling you. So I was like, they were saying that you should do a Boosie song and poses and be Lil Boosie in the video.
That's funny.
And I said I would pay to see that.
That's gonna set that nigga off.
I will pay to see that because it's hilarious. That's the troll on top of trolls.
Yeah, I love that he's trolling them though. But the one thing he did say that I respect as well. He did say it on the Breakfast Club. Just because he got beef with me doesn't mean I got beef with him. So it's like,
right.
That's some real respectful shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Because even with Boosie attacking him constantly. He's still making money.
You attacking me because I was ass naked at the VMAs. Like
I ain't gonna say that shit was weird, dog.
I mean it was, but I'm like, you saying you want to kill me because of ass naked people? Like, people kids there. Who fucking kids is at the VMAs? Right. Who kids at the VMAs?
Shouldn't be.
Please, somebody tell me this. Who is bringing their kids to the VMAs? The VMAs don't end until like 11, 12 at night on a Sunday.
That's not the only time that's happened, man. Talking about, the CMAs. My bad. I was about to make a joke. It was digging the box. It was like, man, they was talking about having backstage at the CMAs, the digging the box. You know what I'm saying?
So, but it's like this is where all this transpired. It was at I think it was the VMAs. It was the Grammys or the VMAs. It was one of those.
Yeah.
It was one of those when COVID was still on the rise. I mean, it still is, but when the pandemic was still a a big thing where they was just transitioning from the social distancing concerts. I believe this was the very first concert that they had where everybody was in attendance. And Lil Nas got up there and performed "Industry Baby," and y'all know I ain't gotta go in details. Y'all, y'all
It happened.
seeing the videos, and y'all gotta know what happened at the awards performance. But
I need to go
I
see it.
mean, this is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If Janet Jackson can get a thumbs up for having the titty popped out at the Super Bowl, then I mean, let a nigga live. You know what I'm saying? Like that was still iconic to this. It's still iconic to this day. But
Well,
Justin
that wasn't
Timberlake,
supposed to happen, but
I mean, yeah, but just let that shit happen again though. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, man, it's crazy. We gonna move on. Oh man, Kyle Rittenhouse cries on the stand. If
He did
anybody know who
something
Kyle Rittenhouse is, Kyle Rittenhouse is the kid who's literally kid. I believe he's a teenager, probably like 17, 16, something like that. But last year in Wisconsin, I forgot the actual city. I think it was Kenosha, Wisconsin, and he shot three people.
killing two
He,
of them.
yeah, killed two people, but shot three people, and so he's on trial to this day. And here's the crazy thing about it. This is what I want everybody to realize, okay? And I want everybody to understand this. One, don't be surprised if he gets off.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
of
don't be
course.
surprised if he gets off. They already deployed 500 National Guards during the trial today. During the trial, they have deployed 500 National Guards. That means you're gonna get off. That's what that means. I just
Mm-hmm.
want to throw that out there. Because why the fuck would you send out 500 National Guards if you was going to sentence this man to prison for life? Just why?
It's crazy, but I mean,
So,
we used to it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's not the first time. This shit happens all the time.
yeah,
And his little fake ass crying in the video, Cry Me a River. You know what I'm saying? All that snot
literally,
nose and shit.
literally. You can cry in prison. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely cry in prison. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? But yeah, it's crazy. I was sitting there watching it, and he was just like sitting there crying. His mother sitting there crying. His sister sitting there crying. And I'm like, oh,
We supposed to feel bad for you? The
yeah.
fuck?
I was like, oh, the family of the victims that you killed and shot, they over there crying. I ain't showing them over there boo-hooing. Not at all. You showing this guy crying and stuff on stand. I'm like, just like just like just like the kid from years ago, the black kid who thought he was all hard, and when he got sentenced to prison, he fainted and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? What you crying for? You got to be grateful. You better be a man and not drop the soap. That's what I say. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Stupid as shit. Talking about being man, don't drop this shit.
You know, look, you was a gangster. You was a gangster out here shooting people. You better be a gangster up in that prison. But I just think that we all know what the society is, and I'm not saying that get used to it. But what I'm saying is, don't be surprised at the verdict. That's supposed to be happening soon. Don't
How
be
long
ex-
has he been
don't be
arrested? And how long
surprised.
has he been locked up?
He been locked up for a year now. It's almost going on a year, I believe.
Because if he gets off on the murder charges, he may not get off on the attempted murder, and he still will have to because the last two charges are the seven that he's getting.
Yeah. So
Um,
this is the counts that he's facing. He's facing first degree reckless homicide, use of a dangerous weapon. He's facing first degree recklessly endangering safety. The
Hmm.
use of a dangerous weapon. His third count is first degree recklessly endangering safety use of a dangerous weapon.
Mhm.
Is the fourth count is the first degree intentional homicide.
That's
Use
on the dude that survived.
use of a dangerous weapon. Um,
The possession, yo.
and can face up to 60 years in prison.
So
Um,
hopefully, hopefully,
count
even
five.
if the other ones don't go, he get that one. He get the count right at the one you about to do now, which should have been the possession under 17. I mean under 18, and
Yeah,
then because the weapon was modified, that counts up to an extra 5 years.
right. Yeah, like the
Hmm.
fifth count. The fifth count was attempted first degree intentional homicide, use of a dangerous weapon.
That's also 60. I
Um,
think.
yeah, that's also the 60.
Throw the
Possession
book
of
at the
a
nigga,
dangerous
man.
weapon by a person under 18. You
Because
know, that's 9 months behind bars. It's like a misdemeanor.
they might do what they did with Cuz the police officer that killed George Floyd. You know, I think this same state, right? It
No,
was
this
Michigan.
this is in Wisconsin, Kenosha,
My bad. My
Wisconsin.
bad. So like, remember what they did with him is that they gave him whichever one was the biggest charge, and that's what he's going to serve. And unfortunately,
Yeah,
that was the case. So
and the
hopefully,
last the
hopefully
last
they'll do
count
that.
that he's facing is failure to comply with an emergency order from the state or
Which is
local
a
government.
$200 fine.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here like, okay, well he might get charged for four or three of those accounts, three of those counts.
Yeah.
And if I'm smart, I say that it might be, yeah, I know the ones with less time. So
Hmm.
That's
um,
always how it happens. Man.
yeah, it's crazy, man. It's frustrating because we know the justice system. We know the justice system has always been yeah, but
What you see
speaking
there?
of speaking of jail time, uh, Adam Abdul-Jabbar faces jail time.
Oh
You
yeah,
got
the son.
Yeah, NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's son Adam faces 6 months in jail for stabbing a
Stabbing the
neighbor.
nigga. Damn.
Let them that nigga wild, bro.
I'm like, your daddy is a legendary NBA star.
Hmm.
I'm not saying that because your daddy is an NBA legend, you know, it's not possible for him to act out. It's actually more expected for him to act out because you're always in your father's shadow. People don't see you as Adam Abdul-Jabbar.
They
People
see
see
you
you
as
as
Kareem
Kareem's
son.
son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, like as a father, I just got to be like, what the fuck we be thinking?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
but
crazy.
I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be a lot of things behind that. I don't really know the real in-depth story, but when I heard about this, I'm like, damn, like how the hell this is happening?
What did
Like,
he what was the whole ordeal? Like why did he stab when they got into altercation or something?
I actually
um,
didn't read into it. What was it, Tunes?
so yeah, so he pleaded guilty after stabbing the after stabbing the neighbor. So what happened was he was charged on 4 counts of assault with a deadly weapon,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much they made an example out of him. Uh, he stabbed him multiple times. Like this wasn't just like stab and go. He stabbed him several times in the head, the back, the neck, and the sides. In back in
Mm.
July 2020,
All of
after
the trash cans.
yeah, after being told to help his grandmother with the garbage cans.
Damn.
Yeah, so he stabbed a 60-year-old neighbor because he told him, help your grandmother with the garbage cans, man. And he
The
didn't
fuck?
like it. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he right, bro. That's exactly how it went.
These young niggas is crazy, man. Like I'm telling you.
Yo,
Night, Virginia Slim.
What's up? What's up, Virginia Slim? What's up with you, man?
what's up, man?
Thank you for tuning in, bro. You ain't see you in a while. I'm glad you tuned back in officially, man.
That shit crazy, man. Like,
Yeah, like I'm
wow.
like, yo, something wrong with these young niggas, young. I'm telling you, yeah, like you stab a nigga, like you didn't just stab him. You like,
Stabbed the nigga in the head. Nigga almost bled to death.
yeah, like
It's
you
crazy, man.
you was just like, yeah, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga, yeah, nigga. You know what I'm
Yeah, trick
saying? Like,
with a hunting knife.
yeah, with a hunting knife. I'm like,
And I know
so
this gonna sound crazy, but I mean, I find it a little crazy that he's only facing
6
up to
months.
6 months. Yeah, I mean that's kind of
well,
crazy, though.
they saying that that's what he's facing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They could definitely make a real example out of him. You
Yeah, they
know,
love to do that
yeah,
shit.
trust me, he live in Orange County, and make no mistake, like they not feeling it at all to the fact that he got only 6 months.
Of course, because
Mm,
he's black.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
so make no mistake, they definitely going to open this trial back up and definitely try to make an example out of this kid.
Hey, bring up a picture of him, bro, so people can see what he looks like. You got
Like
the man, you got pictures.
I do, man,
Go ahead and send it up. Go ahead and send
I
it up.
do, man. Hold on, man. I got
We
I
gotta
ain't
let
never seen
everybody
it.
know who getting off this 6 month stabby wabby. Cause I don't want to help my grandma.
This nigga Halloween kills ass nigga.
Yeah, no bullshit. You gotta see what this man look like.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. I got y'all, man. Look, man, y'all actually made me do this, man. Look. So this is who Adam Abdul Jabbar is. All right? This is the kid.
Cool
Wait,
guys there.
what the fuck? Yo, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all.
You know who it remind me of? You know that painter that just passed away
Ain't no
that was
bull,
on
he
PBS?
do.
That was on PBS Kids, yo. You know the painter?
Yeah.
Bob.
Yeah,
Bob
Bob.
Ross, some shit.
Hey, he was like, we're gonna put a nice stab hole right here.
A little blood. Just a little.
Right, like shit. Hey, Virginia Slim say my man look like Screech though. He do look like a black Screech. Ah!
Oh shit.
Hey, Josh said anybody can kill. You right.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can kill. That
Come
is
on,
very
West.
true.
Come on now. Come on, bro. You gonna make me drop my laptop. You got you. You got you.
That shit is wild.
Oh man.
Anybody can kill. That is very true, yo. That is very
That
true.
nigga look like Lil Dicky.
Man, I got so many things. So this is how he looks. This is not helping that it says Screeching Cornel West. Yeah, it's not helping.
Facts.
It's not helping. But this is Adam Abdul Jabbar
This nigga, I'm thinking about
and
stabbing
Bob
somebody.
Ross.
Ah!
So I mean,
We're gonna
Oh
put
shit.
some happy trash cans over here. The dead neighbor here. Just had a little blood river. Let's see you do.
Yeah.
so it's like this crazy thing
Nah.
is though, like when you
My
read the
man dropped
story,
everything.
and find out why he did it, it's like, damn, yo, like you tried to take a nigga life because he told you to help your grandmother. Like, hey man, look, help your
Hey,
grandmother
go
with the
ahead,
trash
bro.
cans.
Trans, you
That's
gotta
crazy.
come back so you can see this comment. I know you see the Jones Trans.
I wonder,
Wendy.
I wonder was he stabbing in the
This-
hook shot?
no.
Hey yo, hey yo, see, we not gonna do this tonight.
Yeah.
This is the season. I'm telling you, this. Hey y'all, this is the season premiere. This is the season premiere, so I do have no control over what happens during this season premiere. All right, just full disclosure. I told y'all this is just kicking the shit right now. You know, this is the start of the season 3, and this is how it's going to be. This is more laughs, love, and shenanigans, and more shenanigans. Like, like you know, my man, Adam Abdul-Jabbar Ross. You know what I'm saying? Man,
Screech,
You
Screech
wild.
Cornell
no,
West.
Screech Cornell West. They got like 30 last names.
Nah,
But
man, that's
Making my way to the driveway, stabbing neighbors.
yeah, we got a few more topics, but before we get before we get there, I do want to uh get through our first comedy segment, which is Twitter humor. Um, so pretty much what I did was I picked out 5 crazy Twitter posts, and we're gonna broadcast, and we're gonna talk about how we feel about this, because it's Twitter humor. So
And I'm so
definitely
glad you did this because I got somebody who's always on Twitter and she be sending me funny shit all the time. So I'm about to just start sending this shit to you.
so here's one of them. Snoop Dogg. Snoop
Yeah,
Dogg is a sushi master, officially sushi master,
wow.
and his joint rolling skills made him an actual sushi master. This is the epitome of of transferable job skills.
That's actually dope.
Yeah,
That's
it
pretty.
is.
you know how to roll a joint. Just imagine how great you can roll a sushi. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I
Now I
mean,
don't want that nigga licking my seaweed.
Ain't good to get it to stick.
be like
I can't have that shit.
he go your California roll extra spit, man.
Right, right.
I put a little ganja oil on top for you, baby.
Yeah,
Sprinkle some
little,
cut.
little S and double O D.
You know what I'm saying? You think that you thought that was wasabi? That was weed butter.
Here's another one. Here's another one.
Wasabi.
This is actually I died laughing at this one. Girls be crying over a dude who reads at a third grade reading level. He's not ignoring your text. He's sounding it out. Give him a second.
Hey, bruh. Hey,
That's
that always
fucked
bring
up.
me back because it's like I be saying it all the time. I know girls with whole degrees getting swindled by niggas without their high school diploma.
Oh man, nigga,
He
listen.
like
All day.
spelling words
Hey,
the wrong way. He not putting his eyes before his e's, especially
oh,
after the B.
man.
Like,
Oh my
Hell
gosh,
nah.
saying I'm right. Oh my gosh, yeah.
she,
Saying I'm trying to see something, but spelling CSEA. I'm like, well, get it together. Give it together.
and
You know what I'm
then be
saying?
looking at the joint like this. Eyes okay. Uh, you?
Here's one that took me out. Here's one of my favorite ones so far that really took me out because I can't unsee it. I'm not
Well,
sure.
go ahead, son.
I'm not sure how, but your dog look like Samuel Jackson a little bit. Like
He looked like he
I
looked like the
can't
nigga from
unsee
Django.
it.
That's
When Sam
crazy.
was on Django, that's how he looked.
I can't unsee it. Like he does look like Samuel Jackson. And I was like, oh
Who
man.
this nigga on this man?
Shit.
Like
Oh, Lord.
yeah, like he literally looks like Samuel Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And I think that is like one of the most funniest things ever. Like, yeah, like look at this dog, yo. Like he looks very upset.
He does. He
He
looked
Mhm.
looks
like why
very
y'all telling me
upset.
to feed me?
And just like you said, Benji, the actual picture that pops up in my mind is this.
Ah!
Like I can't unsee it. Like, like I can't unsee it.
Oh Lord.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Here's another one. Asking your child to get their sibling for dinner is like asking them to stand next to you and scream their sibling's name.
Facts.
I'm telling you, like it happened. Look, I used to do that all the time. Like my mom was like, "Tell your brother get ready for dinner." Instead of going up the stairs, I just yell up the stairs like, "Hey,
Yeah.
yo, you, it's time to eat." You know what I'm saying? Like my mom was like, "You know, I could have just did that myself." No, why didn't you?
Facts.
Why didn't
Hmm.
you? You know, I'm just like, this your world. You know.
I'm just living in it.
Um,
Oh man,
Here's another one. Imagine someone put a gun to your head and said,
bruh.
"Name 5 Nick Cannon songs."
I swear to
I'll be
God, I
dead.
downloaded a TikTok and a nigga named 5 Nick Cannon songs. And they was like, yeah, Nick Cannon's the best. And nigga just shot him anyway. He was like, you don't need this in our world.
For real?
He's the only nigga on earth that knows all five Nick Cannons. That's
He
Hold
said
on,
crazy.
all five, like those only ones?
hold
The
on.
Infinity Stones.
Like shit.
So you mean to tell me that he has 5 songs?
Outside of Gigolo, I can't name no other joint. It was one other joint he did. It was kind of weird, but I just don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, facts, Slim. Facts.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Here's another one by Macaulay Culkin. By Macaulay Culkin. I feel bad about all the burglars who never had the confidence to rob a house on Christmas, thanks to me.
Like shit.
Like, I'm not sure if anybody follows Macaulay Culkin on Twitter, but he is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
even the more, if you guys watch American Horror Story, he's on the latest season
Bro,
of
Wow.
American Horror Story. Yes,
I might
he
have to get on that
is.
shit.
Yeah, he poses as the drug addict, as the drug addict, and he's actually pretty good. Like this is my first time seeing older Macaulay Culkin in anything, so I'm like, it's crazy. Like he's living the life. He got a new baby with Brenda Song, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, he's
He
living
ate
the
up his
life.
wages.
Ryan Reynolds says people in LA are deathly afraid of gluten. I swear to God, you could rob a liquor store in the city with a bagel.
That's hilarious.
Which it's funny, but it's sort of true, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
LA hates gluten. Like they really hate gluten. They really hate gluten, and it made it all funny because I mean it's sort of true.
It just like made me want a bagel now. Blueberry cream cheese.
Deadass.
You said a bagel with everything, cream cheese.
Hell nah, just nah. It's blueberry cream cheese. That's it. Either that or strawberry cream cheese.
Oh, fancy nigga there. Is it blueberry
Come
cream
on,
cheese?
eat it
You
just
hear
like
this?
this with my pinky up.
You hear this? I don't know. He might be a little bit more bougie than me, trans. You know, I got my bougie ways. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know, they clowned me last time on the episode of the Red Crab Chronicles because
The
I said I
lights.
don't eat Aunt Jemima pancakes. I use
Uh,
Crusties. You know,
I,
I use
I can see why
I
because
like
crusty,
Crusties. You know,
like they're like when you make theirs, it's a little thicker, it's a little, you know what I'm saying. But you can do Jemima's the same way. Like pancakes are pancakes for me.
you mean
Waffles is where I draw the line. They waffles got to be made a certain way for me.
I ain't eating no Eggos. Lego my Eggo.
Yeah, I
I
can't
ain't
do
eating
no
them
fucking
joints.
Eggos, man. Like it's always got to be a Belgian waffle.
hold
The
up,
batter got to
hold
be
up.
kind of. It got to be light and airy. It got to be the right
The
Yeah.
batter.
thick and fluffy Egos that they make now be on point.
I,
What up?
I only get those when I'm post.
They
I
got
ain't gonna run it.
fluffy.
Yeah, they got the thick and fluffy Belgian
Yeah,
joints.
they got
I
a thick
only
and
get those
fluffy.
when I'm post. I will go. I will get the Klondike Bear jumps. I would like. I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah,
bro.
go ahead, man.
Like I be
Um,
slamming that bread on my waffles. Pancakes. I'll buy the little Eggo waffles. But the Eggo pancakes that come in a pack when you heat up the pack.
Hmm.
But when it come to my motherfucking
the
waffles, I
thing
got
is,
the right one.
I do not play.
I think, I definitely like the waffles, the thick and fluffy. But moving on, we got one more topic before we hit the next segment, which is ran by Benji himself, which is the sports report. We
Mm-hmm.
are officially going to give some quick little sports takes and things like that for everybody, for the sports gurus and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but before we do that, let's hit this last topic, and that is the Smith Show.
Mm.
Will and Jada are once again trending as she leaks some more secrets on the Red Table.
Yeah, that's a chatty patty right there.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, yo, like, why you gotta do that? Like,
Yeah.
you realize how your family looks when you do that shit? Like,
I don't think they care.
I don't think, but one thing that
No, let me
really,
rephrase that. I don't think she cares, and I don't think the kids care. I think
yeah,
Will does, but Will's not gonna say nothing.
um, one thing that really took me back was when they opened up about using psychedelics. Her and Jaden,
Mhm.
they opened up about using psychedelic drugs, to get them through. It was crazy. It helped to relieve her from like depression and things like that. But
I'm sorry, man. I'm just not trying to hear that shit. What is she going through? Because it seemed like she's putting this nigga through everything.
She going
What
through
the
missing Tupac.
I'm so tired of this victim fucking. Oh, I don't know how to love.
That
How old
victim
is she?
mentality.
46, 40s.
yeah,
You're a grown woman. Like if you don't know how to love, there's something wrong with you. Like all these excuses and all this shit. Stop. Like you know what I.
yeah,
It's disgusting to me. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I can agree.
I don't feel sorry for her. I mean, I hope she's in great health. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
you get no tears from me, Jada. I'm sorry.
One of the things about this whole Will Smith and Jada thing is we're starting to learn a lot about their relationship. Like
Hmm.
how back in the day watching them, it was like, oh, they're so cute. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't actually seen them really talk about their relationship and things like that until now. Looking back at it and seeing how things are when they talking about it on the red table, it's like, yo, I ain't think the shit was this bad. You know what I'm saying? Like they really talking about Will Smith jealousy over Tupac's relationship with Jada
Hmm.
Pinkett. Will Smith, he sought out some tantric sex and drugs after Jada rejected ego driven birthday party. And they also talked about the separation and the open marriage right after, like a year after the entanglement thing. You know what I'm saying? They actually sat down and we talked about it.
Hmm.
And and I'm like, man, this shit is like crazy, man. Like, who'd have thought that this is what they're actually going through? And and to be honest, it's like sometimes closed doors is closed doors, and until they want to open that door and let people in, we will never know about a lot of these celebrities' relationships and things like that. You
Well,
know,
I mean, Will just came out with pretty much a tell-all book. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Spilling a lot of personal shit. Like
yeah,
everybody, it's been for years they've been talking about the Smiths family are swingers. Will and Jada are swingers or whatever. But that's not exactly what happened. He remember back then, I think Will during the red table talk, he said something like me and Jada what did he say? He said me and Jada have this relationship where she makes herself happy and I make myself. We're not responsible for each other's happiness, right?
That makes sense.
hmm
Which sounds good. It sounds good. You're supposed to be responsible for your own happiness and stuff like that. But he admitted in the book that he kind of meant it in a spiteful way, and in a like you do you, I'ma do me. And Jada ran with it and has been doing her, for a while. And I think he maybe had like a little flame with one person or whatever, but she been doing it over and over and
look, an
over and
open
over.
relationship is an open relationship, and this what you entice. Don't be mad at the outcome.
Hmm.
Hmm.
You can't be
Yeah,
mad at
but
the
I don't. But he didn't entice. Like I don't think he actually agreed to it.
outcome.
That's what he's saying in the book. He didn't
I
agree to
think
it.
I
No.
think both of them. I think both of them never really had a verbal agreement on this open relationship. I think what happened was they said, "Hey, let's do this.
Hmm.
Let's see how it works, and then we come back to it." They never came back to it. This is what happened,
But do
and
you? Uh huh.
this is where it comes now. This is where we at now, where everything's just like out on the table now, on the red table,
On the red thing, the red table.
on the red table. Why is it red? I don't know, but it's on the red table.
This shit is just crazy, man. Like I
Yeah,
feel bad for him. I really do. And
I don't.
I feel like he should have they should have not they should have never gotten together in the past. You know what I'm saying? Like
I
he
mean,
should have
even
stayed
even if
away
they
from her in the
even if they
past.
were together, when you realized that things wasn't cool, you should have just
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like you should have when you see the red flags, because she
yeah.
obviously has
You one of
some
the top actors in Hollywood. She is too.
yeah.
Y'all can part ways and have a divorce and
Hmm.
exist in the same world of Hollywood. You can
Yeah, you
still
can.
do that.
You don't look like the type of person you exist with, though. I
Hmm.
feel like it's not going to be the smooth ride that we think it is because how she portray herself. But
Right.
okay, we can also say that for Will as well, because he may be vindictive as well. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because it's like you put me through this, now I'm about to put you through that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it can go either way. But neither one of them look like the type of person that if I get this divorce, I'm going to be able to exist without this person, you know, without me stressing over this person, without me having some type of feeling, some type of
Hmm. And
crazy, you
people
know,
feel differently when it comes to like relationship, but
some,
this is a marriage we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And some people take marriages differently. Like for me, it's like when you're in a relationship, you do things to gradually put yourself into that engagement phase. And then that engagement phase, you up the ante a little bit and start transitioning into the marriage phase. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And people always say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket." But obviously mean you shouldn't, but you put your eggs in the basket if you feel like that person can carry your eggs. Like, it's about who you choose to want to carry your eggs. And you have to be
Hmm.
careful who you allow to carry your egg basket, because
You
the
do.
motherfuckers can drop him. They can drop it.
that's why that's why they say that, and it's a way that you can do it without putting all your eggs in that basket. You just save a piece of yourself to the side. It's not, oh, I'm going to
Hmm.
continue dating like
Well,
women
that's
and
that's
stuff like
that's
that.
basic.
It's the fact that you're not putting everything there yet until you feel as though that person is for you. Because in that case, because I've been married,
Mhm.
unfortunately I lost my wife to COVID. So the thing was is that we weren't all in initially until we knew that, all right, bet we're going to get married and we're going to work on ourselves as well as this relationship and as we
Hmm.
married. So you still have a piece of yourself to the side. That's another reason why it was so easy for her to let me play football when I was doing it. Let me coach. You know what I'm saying? Let me play the video games and hang out with my friends. Same thing goes for her. She can go do whatever she want, hang out with her friends, go out, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Because all our eggs wasn't in that basket. We still take a piece of ourselves to the side. Now, in that self, if we choose to share it, then we are. And I've always shared that with her. The same thing with her. She's always shared it with me. So it's a way to do it, but you got to be smart on how you put your eggs in that basket and the eggs that you do reserve to not put in that basket yet.
Hmm. Hmm. It's
Yeah,
all about timing, good
yeah,
Yeah,
timing.
definitely, absolutely. Like, what I'm saying, like like my woman now, it's like
that's
I
right.
I, I
Yeah, yeah. Mr.
like
Kickin.
Boss dog.
let me
You know
say,
what I
let
mean?
me tell people this: when you realize that the person who you're with right now, when you have that feeling, or when you realize in your heart that that person is the person that you want to be with, don't run from it. Run towards it.
Mm-hmm.
because speaking from experience, I was the guy who ran from it. Everything came crashing and I ran in the opposite direction to where I was supposed to run at. Right. And looking back at it now and looking to where I am today, it's, I have I have upgraded. Not only have I upgraded, you know what I'm saying? I'm healed. You know what I'm saying? Like I am I am healed. Like holy. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
the feeling has been tremendous, right? So in the window opened again and there she was. And I ran towards it instead of running from it, and honestly, I couldn't be more gracious. I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be more blessed about it. So I tell people, make sure you are wise about who you give your egg basket to. You know,
Mm-hmm.
be wise. Make sure this is the person that you really want to carry your egg basket. You're not gonna 100% know that person is going to you know, drop the egg basket. You're not sure what that person is going to do. But
Yeah.
what your job is as the person who's giving you the egg basket to, is your job is to know, is to know that this is the person that you want to carry your egg basket.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can happen. But as long as you know, that's what matters.
Come
And
on, Blue Table Talk. You know what I
You
mean? We here. We here.
got songs
yeah,
that you
blue
with the
table,
music now. He got the lights.
Yeah.
you know, but yeah,
Shit,
it's
man.
but I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it. It's a new high, it's a new feeling.
Congrats, man. I'm happy for you.
No
You
bullshit.
Thank you, man. I
found the right
appreciate it.
one,
I
man.
appreciate it, man. Listen, it's been a journey for me, and I'm grateful for the people who has been there to support, who's been, just keeping my head up. I got to definitely thank her for always, being that support system and everything. She's my best friend first. You know what I'm saying? So, she's my best friend first. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
talk to her about everything and anything. She knows me inside out. You know what I'm saying? So, I definitely, am grateful, you know what I'm saying, for everything that has, for everything that she has, definitely been. I tell people, like, finding the one isn't easy. It isn't easy, right? Finding the one is definitely isn't easy. And I
It's
tell
not.
people, it's all about patience. You got to be patient with yourself. And the key thing is self-love. You
Yeah.
got to learn, to love yourself. You gotta love yourself. Like I can't stress that enough. And it
Self
took me
love is
it,
the
it
best
took
love.
it took me a while to understand self-love completely. And even to this day, I can admit I don't fully understand self-love. But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? Make no mistake, is that I know how to love myself. You know what I'm saying? I know how to love myself. I know how to love myself, right? You know what I'm saying?
Know how to love.
And
I mean, we can tell you got the lights, the candles back there. I seen them.
A lot
you
of
know,
love going on.
Lights.
you gotta get that cheerleaders 88, Let me stop, man. But
Hot
nah, man,
88.
self-love is one of the key things, you know what I'm saying? It's because you can't expect for anybody to love you the way you want them to unless you start loving yourself that way.
It's a
You're right, bro.
process. We all got to go through it. It's a long, uncomfortable process too.
Definitely a long process for me.
What's up? What's up, Fav? What's up, man? We got DJ Fav in the comments, y'all. DJ,
We
we was talking
gotta.
about Tory
I got
Lane's
find
hair plug. It was right there, you know.
gotta find the
Don't-
right video, get the mood set, lay
you
down
know,
the towel.
got the lights going and everything. Ooh, boy, I'm telling
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gonna
Shoot.
stop me.
you.
Taking
But
me right here to
you
go.
know, definitely,
I
I
bet the
definitely
neighbors know
all
my
those things.
name the way I'm screaming, scratching.
But yeah, definitely
It's a
like
process.
self love, y'all. Self love.
Self love.
That is the key. That is the key word for the night. Well, that is the key phrase for the night. Self love.
Mm-hmm. We should put like a hashtag somewhere. Self
Yeah,
love.
definitely, definitely. I want to make sure that you guys understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. You know, it's
Self
very
love.
important. You know,
Love yourself.
Change my name to hashtag self love. I'm about to take it out.
you definitely gotta love yourself. It's very important. Trends. You got anything you want to say about this topic before we move on?
About self love,
Not anything, man. Everything that we just transpired.
man. We done went through so many crazy. It's some crazy shit going on today, man.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, it's all about the shenanigans today, yo. Like, actually, I'm gonna tell y'all a true story. Let me tell y'all a true story, right? Just don't laugh at me though, okay?
All right,
So,
put my straight face on.
all right, so I've been growing my hair back. You know, I wasn't bald. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pulling.
I
You
don't like
know,
how you said that, but okay.
Oh, defensive. I wasn't
I'm,
bald. I was.
I'm growing my hair back, and I got it twisted. Right, this is like a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So my hair grows fast. You know, don't be envious of me, guys. Don't be envious of me, okay? My hair grows fast.
I see you.
So, you know, my lady twisted my hair. I think about 2 weeks ago, and so I wear this cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys seen my Facebook post about a couple of weeks ago, no, about a week ago, right? So, one time I took my wave cap off, and she looked at me and she said, "Yo, no cap, you look like Bookman."
Wow. The truckery, bruh.
I like
So
how she said no cap. it just brings it together.
So I hollered, right? And so I thought about it later that week, and I don't know what made me do it, but I googled Bookman. First picture that popped up, I'm not gonna lie, was the one where he's smiling, he got the thing slicked down.
Very good.
Like, yo, I'm not gonna take my wave cap off because we ain't gonna go there. All right, you know what I'm saying? I don't need y'all to be trolling me tonight. All right, I don't need y'all to be trolling me tonight. But she definitely said I look like Bookman. Look, there she go right there. See.
Hey, when your woman know you, she know you, man.
Yeah,
She'll uncover some.
She definitely fired my ass up that day, man. I ain't know what to say, man, you know. He said, bruh.
She uncover some dark secrets in you.
I mean, look, see, I ain't messing with y'all tonight, man. I ain't messing with y'all tonight,
But yeah, man, I ain't got too much to say, man. I fully agree with self love. Love yourself, man. You know, it's something I'm learning. I'm still learning my damn self. You know what I mean? And ain't no shame in that. Most of us all trying to learn that shit. So
facts. And being comfortable around the person that you actually spending your time with too.
I'm
right.
comfortable around everybody, bro. I don't care.
I mean, you know,
bourbon, all types of
shit. You be fighting, man. You be fighting in front of your lady. Yeah.
I fought in front of everybody, bro. One of my homegirls tried to put me out of her house the other day because I kept fighting. Hey, she's like, bro, you fought again. You gotta go. I was like, bro, you shouldn't have gave me that shit. That shit gassy, bro. You know I'm lactose intolerant. You let me drink these.
I'm very conscious about that, right?
That cheese will fuck you up, man.
Because
delicious though.
like I be conscious because it don't be silent. You know what I'm saying? So like I know that the shits be ripping. You know what I'm saying? So
sometimes you can't trust
my man talk to be like Beyblade, let it rip.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those, man. You
Yeah,
know.
so another true story, then we're
Let
gonna
me
move on.
hear that joke.
Right? Another true story, then we're gonna move on, right? Another true story, then we're gonna move on, right? This, like I said, this is the season premiere, so I'm giving you guys a lot of shenanigans right now, right?
Let's
But
get to it. Oh
Yeah.
shit. See?
yeah,
Bermuda.
there we go,
Live.
live and
I
dropping
mean,
us.
that's how we be. That's how we
But
be. My
so
bootleg
this
camera.
you guys, so he
Don't
said,
fall.
hold it in and blow it up.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, y'all got gas, and she was like, I mean, all right, go ahead, let it out. So that's what she said.
Let it rip.
She said, let it out. I'm thinking now it's gonna be like a little soft silent joint, right? Like, nah, this joint rip, so that joint rip. She
He
said,
had
oh my god.
the the Nick Cannon drum line.
Why you
What was
said?
that singing drum line?
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
hey, yeah, I'm telling you, like it was the funniest shit
Stop
ever,
playing at the
man.
drums and shit.
It was the funniest shit ever, man. I'm telling you, like that's why I keep telling people, man, it's okay to be comfortable around the person that you with, even if you gotta pass a little gas. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, you know. But without further ado, we got another segment here, which my man Benji came up with. He was like, man, we gotta get some sports in, man. You know, we be,
Just a little bit.
you know what I'm saying, just a little bit. So without further ado, this is the sports report by none other than my man Benjito. You know,
Mhm.
Hey.
So we just gonna start off first things first. The COVID, how COVID is impacting the sports so far. Uh, Aaron Rodgers just got activated off the COVID list. He's going to be playing Sunday.
that nigga
Um,
lied.
I think so too, but it is what it is. Uh, Ben Roethlisberger has just been put on the COVID list. He will not be playing Sunday. Um, I do want to touch with you guys on the Kyrie Irving situation and him not getting the COVID shot, and Andrew Wiggins, who did get the COVID shot in order for him to play. As you can see, he's been playing. So Kyrie's been shut down for the season until he gets the vaccine. Kyrie has cited that the reason why he's not getting the vaccine, in the lack of better words, is because he wasn't supposed to be subjected to it. Um, as well as a lot of other working Americans who've lost their jobs to COVID itself, because now they're making it mandatory in certain states in order for you to work or to be in certain places, you got to have a vaccine. Uh, the Washington State University coaching staff was fired because they also did not get the COVID vaccine. They're now the head coach is now suing Washington State University
Mm.
for that reason. Uh, Sorry, guys. This Jolly Rancher is delicious. I keep eating shit. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey,
Um,
it's all
So,
good.
if a Jolly Rancher fall out his mouth, y'all already know that it's on him.
Odell Beckham Jr. was signed by the Rams uh, this past week, and which comes in actually a good timing because Robert Woods, which is one of their top receivers along with Cooper Kupp, has torn his ACL. The standings going right now in NBA, if you haven't been paying attention. Sorry, before I jump to NBA, I'm gonna say NFL. The NFL standings are pretty simple. Um, Sorry, I had this stuff.
You just had to go to the standards. There you go.
Oh, of course, because Washington is at the bottom, nigga.
It's all said and
I
good.
didn't
We
mean to say
playing
that out loud.
scrubs.
I didn't mean to say that out loud.
It's all good. We playing scrubs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, we looking good. Excuse me. Ah, so got fix my glasses now. The Bills, Chargers, Ravens, and Titans all lead the AFC, and lead their respective divisions. You got the Titans at 7-2, the Ravens at 6-3, the Chargers at 5-3, and the Bills also at 5-3 as well. On the NFC side, you got the Cowboys, Cardinals, Packers, and Buccaneers leading their divisions. Cardinals being 8-1, the top seed. 7-2 Packers. 6-2 Cowboys and Buccaneers. So the wild cards will be either the Saints are going to be the Rams and the Saints from the standings. The Rams being 7-2, and the Saints being 5-3. NBA standings. Sorry, gentlemen. There's another reason why I'm a little hurt that I don't have everything up. The Wizards, hallelujah, number one, baby, in the Eastern Conference at 8-3. The Nets are right behind them at 9-4. Huh?
For now.
It's not. It's no hate. I don't like that.
Enjoy it. Enjoy the top of the mountain.
The Wizards are playing right now, and they are playing the Magic, and they are up ahead in them Bamas. The Western Conference, you got the Warriors, of course, at 11-1. The Suns at 8-3. Nuggets 8-4. Mavericks 8-4.
It's gotta be crazy, like looking back at how the Warriors transpired last season and how they just bouncing back this season. It's crazy.
Yeah, remember half of them were hurt.
Yeah.
So
and Steph Curry just broke Ray Allen's record for most 3-pointers.
Yep. He also has another record, the most games with 9 3-pointers made in a game. Right now, he's at 35.
That's crazy.
Wow. The next person, I think, is James Harden with like 8 games.
That's insane.
So, like, with the NBA coming back, looking real sweet, I'm pretty much holding out hope that the Wizards are going to be good, but looking at how everybody else's rosters are made up and everything, I think that my little dark horse coming out of the East would be honestly the 76ers. With the Ben Simmons thing going on, they have a nice squad. They have a good bench. Another thing I wanted to touch on about the Ben Simmons thing is that Ben Simmons is now saying that he's having mental health issues and that the 76ers aren't making it any better with how they're treating him right now. He also cited that how the Rockets are handling the John Wall situation, that, allowing him not to play and stuff like that and still paying him. But the difference between him and John Wall is that you just signed a 4-year contract for like $130 million. So what the fuck you thought it was? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like, honestly, him and Rich Paul are trying to play into the hands of the whole mental health thing. And I feel like that's just a ploy to try to get the money that he's losing. And honestly get to the point where they trade him.
My whole thing is this. If you are dealing with mental health, what took you so long to be vocal about it?
Correct.
You see how mental health is now starting to become a bigger awareness than what it has been all these years, where mental health has been a big factor in every community that we live in, black, white, and it doesn't miss any race. Mental health doesn't miss any race, so you see that now it's becoming very aware. Why now all of a sudden? And this is why I think that sometimes when a player is toxic, the best thing to do is just let them go. Sometimes you just gotta let them go, regardless if it's going to hit your pockets in a big way. Sometimes you just gotta let them go, and I just think that's where we at right now. With
in this case, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's where the case is right now with Ben Simmons.
In the case with Ben Simmons, Daryl Morey doesn't want to let him go for anything less than a superstar, which is understandable because you just signed him to a 4-year deal, and
but you're not.
That's going to hit your book. That's going to hit your pockets, which is understandable. You trade away the cancers like you're supposed to. But
what's the definition of a superstar?
A superstar in the NBA is someone who changes the game. And in this sense, Ben Simmons does change the game because he's all defensive himself. The only thing Ben Simmons can't do is shoot. If he can shoot, it'd have been something totally different. But because
let me ask this.
That's the reason why he's acting this way, and that's another reason why a lot of people don't want to really get him, because you're going to sacrifice a lot because The reason why it doesn't work right now is because they have Joel Embiid, who already crowds the middle. If you move Embiid out the middle, you move him away from his effectiveness of what makes him a great center.
That's what
And
happens when you have a small forward as a point guard.
but there's a lot of small forwards that can shoot. Hell, my boy Dex is the size of a NBA point guard, small forward, low key, and he can shoot. You know what I'm saying? He'll take a shot.
But Ben Simmons can't shoot.
That's the problem, and that's the
So
reason why Ben Simmons is going through what he's going through now.
I mean,
Honestly,
again, like
if this is a game that you love, you should just work on your game. Honestly,
he's a star. A superstar is a stretch. He's a
so
star.
what do you consider a superstar?
LeBron James.
That's different. That's a generational talent. Yeah.
I mean, that's what a superstar is. Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis can be a superstar, but Anthony Davis stay hurt, so I wouldn't consider him a superstar.
Call it what you want.
I mean,
Nobody is doing what he's doing though. That's the difference.
What do you mean? Losing?
I mean, call it what you want, but I'm talking about as a player. Nobody's doing what he's doing. He can shoot threes. He can dunk. He get rebounds. Nobody can do it like Anthony Davis. He's a superstar. Call it what you want. Giannis is a superstar. He's a superstar. He not only he is a superstar, he's a champion superstar. He got a ring.
Well, I got one for you then. DeMar DeRozan.
He's a star.
But he can do everything Anthony Davis can do. But he's just smaller.
But he's not a power forward.
Just because he's not a power forward doesn't make him not a superstar. Because then what do you consider Chris Paul?
He's not a superstar. Chris Paul is by far a superstar. And he's a future Hall of Famer. He's a future Hall of Famer. Yes.
But you just said because DeMar DeRozan isn't a power forward, he's not a superstar. So with Chris Paul not being a power forward,
will DeMar DeRozan be looked at in the Hall of Fame in the next 10 years? Is the question.
It depends on how this year and next couple of years.
So.
Because he's on a team. He's on a team that can actually do something. Now, granted, he was on a good team in a sense, but with a lot of young players with the Spurs. He was on a very good team in Toronto before they traded him away for Kawhi Leonard, who's, to me, a superstar. Because Kawhi Leonard played both ways on the ball, no homo. He plays both ways. And Kawhi Leonard can change the game in a sense. To me, DeMar DeRozan has that capability to change the game, but he wasn't on a team that catered to that.
I don't think he's a superstar, though. I think he's a star. It's okay to be a star. I mean, you're a star. You by far top 10, arguably the best in your position. That's still great.
So what would make the difference between?
Oh, go ahead, James.
No, I'm just saying, what would make the difference between a star and a superstar? Like, what's the key? What would be the key difference?
A superstar is if you're on that team, guarantee that you 9 times out of 10 that team is going to the NBA Finals. That's a superstar.
Guaranteed. Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed, or more than likely will be in the NBA Finals. And honestly, there's only a handful of superstars who can that can definitely guarantee you that. And that's
your 5.
LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Damian Lillard, and I guess Kevin Durant.
Dame is a star. He's not a superstar.
I'm gonna act like I didn't hear that.
The reason why is that because one, Dame has never touched the NBA Finals because from your definition, they will have to be guaranteed to the finals. 2, Dame has not proven to the point where he can lead a team by himself. He needs another person on that team that can score along with him.
Nobody can really lead a team by themselves.
But that's what you just said though. That a superstar can do that.
I said they can possibly reach the finals or be guaranteed a finals.
But
depending on
that's
who the
from
player
one person,
is.
though. That's what you just said. From one person, from a superstar.
Yeah, but they have been to the playoffs simultaneously, consecutively.
Yeah,
They've been,
playoffs.
yeah.
We
I
talking
mean,
about playoffs?
sure.
Playoffs?
I mean, sure. I mean, sure. Hey, a lot of other teams can't say that they've been to the playoffs. I'm just throwing it out there. The
I'm
Wizards
saying the
one of
Wizards
them.
went to the playoffs, though. Wizards
Yeah,
went to the playoffs
yeah.
last year and the year
First
before.
round. Yeah, first round.
It don't matter what
Yeah,
round they
first
was in the
round.
playoffs, right?
That's like the wild card. Let's just throw that
Oh,
out there.
you said like Washington? Okay, my bad.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, hey, call it what you want. Call it what you want. But the fact that you said Dame is not a superstar is asinine. You
But
know.
from your definition, that would not make him a superstar, bro.
But you'll pick him over DeMar DeRozan any day. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Yeah, you would. It is don't try to think about it. You would. If
It
the option,
definitely depends on what it is, though. Like if I'm building a team, I'm definitely building a team around Dame. But if I need somebody right now, I'm picking Demar.
see, I don't know. If Dame right now, if Dame and DeMar are free agents right now, and the team desperately need them to guarantee them a spot into the finals, and if they have the tools necessary, make no mistake, I'm choosing Dame
I'm still
all
not
day,
picking.
every day. Because DeMar had the talent and he still wasn't able to cash in. That says a lot.
Look where he was at.
I mean, look where Dame was at. Dame is in Portland. Let's be real. When the last time Portland even stepped a foot near finals?
72, I think. Or
Yeah,
74. One of them two.
yeah, years ago. DeMar DeRozan been on teams that recently been to the finals.
That's only
So
because they built the team
I mean,
recently.
but you still are around stars in talent.
So get the same talent that Dame got in Portland is pretty much the same talent that DeMar
No,
had
it's not
in
because you
Toronto.
put you put Dame in Toronto. I guarantee you they win the finals that year. The shoes was on the other foot, and Dame was and Dame was in
Come on,
Toronto.
friends. I
And
know you, man. I know you hear it too, bro. You hear it too. Come on, go ahead and tell them, bro.
I
Tell 'em.
guarantee you,
Fred
if the
Van
shoe
Vliet
if
hit
the shoe
Pascal Siakam, and who else
if
is
the
on that team right now?
if the shoe was on the other foot, if the shoe was on the other foot, and DeMar DeRozan was in Portland, I don't think he would have a career. I don't think he would have as great a career as he has right now in Portland if he was drafted in Portland and Dame was in Toronto. Dame will have a ring
Yeah.
right now.
Nah,
I guarantee that. I
nah.
guarantee that. Like there's no comparison between DeMar DeRozan and Dame. Dame is a far better player all around. Far better player all around. You
Come on,
know,
Trey.
and
Need your input, man.
you said what?
Be the tiebreaker. We need your input, Trey.
I don't know. I'm listening to y'all, man.
I mean, like I hear what you're saying, but I think Dame is a superstar.
No,
You know,
I think Dame is
I
just a
just
regular star.
I personally, I don't feel like he's a superstar. I don't see him as a superstar. But yeah, I see him as a regular star. I mean, LeBron, superstar, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And by your categories and everything that you said, I don't know. I don't see Dame being, he doesn't fit all those,
Right, those
you know
qualities.
what I mean?
He set the bar that high, and then try to put somebody that ain't that high on the bar on it. Like I'm like, damn, bro, you set the joint up here and put Dame right here, right there. Like he not there yet.
Now it
Like
might be a spectrum. You could call it a spectrum, like say
uh-huh.
superstar, star, and somewhere he might be,
in between, yeah, definitely in between.
Steph
Because
Curry.
Steph Curry is a superstar. Because like
Exactly.
you said, you can put Steph on another team. It depends on what team, honestly, because there's a lot of these teams that they're not going to really make a difference anyway, because they don't have the same tools, or run the same offense that these other people do. The same schemes that these a lot of these teams have don't fit a lot of these players. There's only like three players, honestly, in my eyes, that we can just put anywhere and they can instantly change the team: KD, LeBron, and Giannis. Those are only three I feel like I could put anywhere, and those
Anthony
they're
Davis.
changed. Like
Anthony Davis.
we changed those teams. You said and who?
Anthony Davis.
He was with the Pelicans, and he ain't do shit.
Well, they
I'm
didn't have
just saying,
anybody.
like I said, with LeBron, I could put him there, and I guarantee they play a lot better, and they'll be a playoff team. I could put KD there, and they'll be a playoff team. I can put Giannis there, and they'll be a playoff team. I'm talking about with those same rosters that of the Pelicans that Anthony Davis played with. I can guarantee that those three players that we just named will definitely make those teams go to the playoffs because they didn't have no
Hold
studs.
on.
Because look, they had Drew Holiday, like that nigga vicious, bro. Like he, in my eyes, he's right there about to be a star. He like hovering right below the star line, like he's scraping it, like he's scratching at it.
Mm.
Because Drew plays great defense, he can score. Drew's a great game manager. You know what I'm saying? But
I give it that, but nowhere near star though. I can't give
man,
you
that
that.
man like right there. Like I said, he not a star yet, but he the. But like I said, I can put those other three men that we just named on that team, on those teams that Anthony Davis had, and those teams are playoff teams.
I'll give you that. Right. Definitely.
And if
Definitely.
I
You
put
know,
Dame there, he ain't going to the playoffs.
look, talking about Portland though, I guarantee you, you put him.
I guarantee
You
if we
put.
look
You
at
put.
those three that we talking about in Portland and take Dame out, they still go to the playoffs
I guarantee you they won't.
with
Some.
KD, Giannis, or LeBron.
Yeah. I guarantee
You
you they
give
won't.
you give Nurkic, which is one person that is
Come on.
hard to drop. He,
KD didn't go with the Thunder, and they had Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
so what happened
So
in 2012?
he went to the Golden State, did he not?
Nah.
I mean, he went to the finals after a while though.
Uh, uh, 2012, they went to the finals after their third year together.
I mean, that's after the third year though.
You said they did nothing though.
I mean, kind of didn't. Kind of didn't. I mean,
After your third year of just being drafted
hold on, wait,
into the league,
and not
of
only,
the
not
first
only,
team
not
that
only that,
moved to
not only
Oklahoma,
that you went. Hold on, wait. Not only that you went to the finals, you
they won the
lost.
first game.
Yeah, and you lost 4-3. You went up 3-1, and you lost 4-3.
What are you talking about? No,
Yeah, no,
we
no, they
lost
did.
4-1 in the 2012 finals to the Miami Heat, the year that KD was working out with LeBron.
Remember that. I'm thinking in no, yeah. KD
At
was
that point, when you with the year you thinking KD left the year after, James Harden was in Houston.
that's right. That is right. Okay. But I mean, like I said,
So it's okay.
I mean, listen,
Washington football team is your squad. That's what you know. I know you know them. That's why I don't talk them.
man, it's easy to talk about somebody's squad when you've been playing scrubs all season so far. You know,
Oh, oh,
it's easy to talk. It's easy to talk. But
Shade.
when you've been playing scrubs all season, it's easy to talk. But December is coming around, my friend.
hey, I love December, December 11th, man. I'm trying to get some tickets. What's up?
I mean, we'll definitely work
We,
that
we,
out.
we can talk about that after the podcast. I'm about to get in the
Yeah,
personal conversation.
yeah, we definitely can talk about that. But appreciate you for the sports rap, man. We
Oh,
definitely
no
got
problem.
to do more of that. We definitely got to do more of that.
We
Just
gotta get
make
friends to talk more about it too.
Yeah, we gotta get trends on it. Trends over there about to get a big ass sandwich and shit, man. So
Hey, no bull. I'm probably about to get something to eat. As soon as I get off, I'm about to heat up this beef on Ernie like that.
definitely.
Shit,
Let's
you
see
know
what my
I'm
lady
hungry.
doing in a second. But just make sure that you guys always know that the BKE podcast, this is the season 3 premiere. So we're gonna be having a lot more shenanigans and laughter this season. Next weekend, we're working on trying to get my man Jason Salvador back and J Dub Walker and the upcoming artists under the Red Vision Entertainment.
Awesome.
So we definitely gonna try to kick it in gear. We're gonna try to, just kick the shit. We are live every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys give us a follow. We are on Twitch, we are on Facebook, and we are on Twitter and on
YouTube.
YouTube. and on YouTube at the BKE
Mm-hmm.
podcast. All right. Make sure you guys can also follow me on Twitter at the BKE podcast, as you see. This is Trends. This has been Jito. My man
Don't follow
Benji.
me on Twitter if you find me. My Twitter is sponsored. My Twitter is horrible. No.
But you guys have a great night. It's been fun. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys hit us up on the BK Podcast on Facebook for any questions or any other topics that you guys would like us to touch on. Like we like to try to go deep with it. You know what I'm saying? We like to try to go deep
Pause.
with it. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We like to try to get deep with it sometimes. So definitely kick us some topic ideas. All right. So you guys have a good night and you guys be easy. Peace out.
Yeah.